Continue that rant I started. No, I can't stand the little yellow fucker called SpongeBob SquarePants. And yeah, and you.
So I can only imagine the catharsis of playing as Cora and kicking the crap out of him must have been palpable.
I mean, I did think that.
Welcome to the Arkham
Oh,
Library.
it's taken me back. It's taken me back.
It's taking me back. Well, yeah, it is a remake. Those tend to be nostalgic.
How is your laugh creepier than the Joker's? Not your normal laugh. Just FYI, not your normal laugh. Just the laugh that you do when you've done a forced weird joke.
Yeah, I thought that did.
You always do that. When you've made a weird joke, you always do that laugh. And I've never worked out what it is, but it's somehow a good. I think it's quite Joaquin Phoenix Joker laugh, actually.
Yeah, God, that was a movie. And his laugh was. Can we double check the? Oh, what? Oh.
What?
Now
What?
I feel dumb. I was scrolling between home and videos on your channel for ages until I noticed that they've added a live tab just now. Well, maybe not just now, but like
a while, whenever they
God,
did.
I was doing that for 1.5 minutes.
Oof.
Biggest of oofs.
Well, I mean, you haven't missed much. I'm just redoing whatever I did at the end of the last one. But I was hoping.
Yes, like you said.
I was hoping for the catharsis of beating up little sponge fucker, as Cora, and instead, I found the gameplay kind of janky and didn't particularly enjoy that game. But I did just play it, on my own with computer players, so maybe with other people.
Didn't we give it 1 or 2 goes at some point?
No, we tried to, but I don't think our Wi-Fi worked. I think I played it with Bryn once, but it was, again, weird network problems, which just meant that we had such bad lag that we couldn't really have a fair game.
Thank you, Batman. Are they all gone?
Yeah.
Stop cutscening.
Dr. Young was trying to hide her research notes,
But,
when she was caught. Where did you hide them?
I mentioned to you that I would share something before we start the stream.
I found Dr. Young's formula.
I just felt I just got absolutely vindicated because I saw something on Twitter and I was convinced this wasn't a real thing. Like, I thought this was just something I'd made up or something in my memory about the PS2, well, about Spider-Man 3, the game.
Spider-Man 3, the game. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So
I had it on DS.
I remember this thing about it where basically you, where the longer you wore the black suit, the symbiote suit, the corner of the screens would kind of get darker, and the more you wore it, the harder it was to take it off to return, because you could basically switch at any time. But it made it harder to take it off the longer you wore it for.
That sounds cool.
That wasn't a thing in...
What?
But then I saw reviews and stuff of the PS3 and the PC versions, and the PS2 version was never brought up. And they never mentioned this thing, which I thought was so cool. And so I found out today that that finally vindicated me that I didn't make this up and I didn't imagine this. It's just in the PS2 version. That's only a feature in the PS2 version. I don't know why.
Yeah, because I had the
GameCube version?
The DS version, and the DS version was very different.
I'm not.
DS,
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so let's see, it was a 2.5D kind of side scroller beat 'em up kind of thing.
Yes.
And the way you were supposed to play it was like one hand on the D-pad And yeah, you even jump with up on the D-pad, which is I never like doing that, but
Yeah.
the alternative, the face buttons also did movement. So if you were left-handed, you could just use those. So fair enough. And then you use the touchscreen. Of course you do. It's a DS game, and they make you use it to attack and use all your moves and stuff. Great, fine and dandy.
Oh, Bradley, look. Can you, I'll wait for a second for you to catch up, but I've just been fear gassed. You can see because of well, I mean, it's a lot more obvious when you're actually looking at the vent, but I love the fact that he just walks through it, like...
Yeah, it doesn't even think, like, let me hold my breath through this stuff. I mean,
yeah.
what if it kills me?
I mean, because it's clearly visible.
He's like, least... I won't, I'll just breathe it in, I'm Batman.
Oh yes.
Wayne Manor. Kind of spooky.
So I requested you. You have your laptop, yes?
I can't believe you insisted on sitting through that movie again, Bruce. Come on.
I'm currently watching you play Batman.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Ah, good. Okay. So you have, because I requested you, or I asked you something before we started. Well, a long time ago, actually, before we started, like earlier in the day, randomly. I said, do you have access to your Disney Plus on your laptop?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I know obviously everyone does because online thing, but more of it, whether you're just easily already logged in.
I mean, I'm not, but I can be if, like...
Well, because I've been trying to find a similar thing to the set of images I sent you of the of the episode finales of the Marvel shows, but I couldn't find one for the first episode. But then I remembered, hang on, we've just got Disney Plus. Bradley could, potentially, if he doesn't mind, just, have a look. Because I was trying to find something, and I was trying to find lists just to, copy and paste the first episode title of each one into Signal. And alas, it couldn't happen. Oh, have you you've checked volume, haven't you?
I have not.
Take a seat.
I'm asking a million things of you. Oh, I love how if you're looking at the stream right now, look how big Bruce's head is as a child.
Shut up now. He's 8 years old and all alone. Money won't fix that.
Like, I know, like, babies have bigger heads than the rest of their body, but...
Oh my god, I've never noticed that, but now I can't see it.
His head is really big for his body. His head just kept growing.
Oh my god, that's so
From when he was a baby, rather than the rest of his body catching it. I don't know.
One little...
I mean, there's a weird thing about, I think, the perspective on whichever arm, because obviously the right arm is closer than the left, so loads of people are convinced that Batman's right arm is bigger than the left one in, like, every Arkham game, but I think it's just the perspective of the camera.
It most likely is. I mean, it's got to be harder to make something asymmetric.
While doing a perspective like this. While doing the kind of... I never understood why they didn't do any Scarecrow stuff like this in Arkham Knight.
Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I have got them up right now.
Sweet.
I say that, but I mean, I'm on the page with them, but like, I'm just hoping that I'm gonna get one that's just like all of the series as a tab. But not looking like it wants to do that. No, I don't want to watch it again.
You could just look at the episode list, like, can't you? Like the panels.
The episode. This Marvel episode is great. She-Hulk, great. Where do I get to? So wait, it's.
All of the first episodes, the series premieres.
You know what? Oh yeah.
But, you know, last time we did the stream, I mentioned that since the last time we streamed, I've started Gotham Knights.
Yes.
Well, so
Don't tell me you finished it already.
I finished the main story.
Oh
and...
my god.
Oh, how the fudge did that count as him seeing me? I was behind a wall. But I've also, as of last night, gone around and found every collectible, so...
Jesus, that's fast. I take it that you're really enjoying that game then.
It is rather fun, I've got to say. It has its flaws, but I mean every game does.
Why?
But...
Generation Y.
Oh, that's what it's called, yes, you're right. Not that I ever doubted you, or Disney Plus itself.
We're going to apply Death with the Author to Disney Plus. I will defend
Oh god, have you ever read that? It's fucking boring.
Read what?
Death of the Author.
I have not read Death of the Author.
It's like 8 pages of absolute... Like, the guy's reasoning is... I mean, to some extent it's an interesting concept, but the guy's reasoning is just like... I'm a fucking arsehole, and I want everyone to agree. Like, it's just... Basically, my dissertation and, like, writing tutor every year advised that I look at Death of the Author, and then every year basically they just said and see if you can counter it, because it, well, you know, because I was like, oh, I don't really agree with it, and she was like, yeah, you know, it doesn't really, you've got to really have a good reason to agree with it. So, you know, instead, just basically use it as a, this is stupid, argue with it thing instead. But yeah, unless you feel very bored one day, I don't recommend you read Death of the Author. Oh,
I was just using the phrase as in, like, when you
failed. Now,
as in when the author says something stupid and you can't, and everyone collectively ignores that.
oh yeah, okay, but it's off a
Yeah, it makes sense learning that that's from a
8-page essay.
8-page essay. I'm so tempted. Never mind, I'm resisting the temptation so I can get back to...
No, you know, I was saying, like, only if you feel very bored one day would I ever recommend you read that drivel.
That bad, is it?
Oh, it's just, it's... Have you ever read Terms and Conditions or a government kind of document?
Yeah.
For any reason, with all the hoity-toity language made to confuse the commoners?
Yes.
Oh, fuck off. Not you, Scarecrow. I like it how it's like, hide from his gaze. Yeah, no shit. The timing was just off.
Don't worry, I only know...
Oh Christ, it takes me so far back.
Fire a rocket at your Zentorno.
failed. Now, suffer.
Excuse me, what? Okay, yeah, so we've got Generation Y for Miss Marvel. I think we've got season premiere, is it called?
What? Oh my god! Okay, that's interesting.
What?
I completely forgot a lot of these, but that one makes a lot of that adds a new spin on the thing. He says we're trying to type and speak at the same time.
I'm understanding a lot of these half sentences, Bradley.
Thanks. I've been practicing my half speech. Anyway, now I've forgotten what. Oh yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Its first episode is called New World Order.
Ah.
What's the title of the upcoming Captain America movie?
New World Order. Hey. Although they're getting a lot of criticism for that because it's
yes
a whole thing.
Yeah, it is a whole thing, isn't it?
It's a whole thing.
Like, why did you call it that?
But it's the fact that I don't think there was as much, you know, I don't know why people didn't. Did people kick up a fuss when it was the first episode?
No, but I'm gonna assume it's because they didn't because
it was just one episode.
Yeah, so like, I didn't know. You know, a lot of the time I don't even look at the episode titles.
That's fair.
You know, I just think, okay, it's time for the next episode. I mean, sometimes you do read the title, and then the title comes up or like is alluded to in a way, and it's like, oh, that's why, haha, it's called this because of that. Which obviously, New World Order in that is referring to the post-blip society and everyone trying to cope with the new world that they've found themselves in, essentially, because you know, all the blipped people are coming back to a world where you know, there's been half the population for 5 years, and all of the people living there for 5 years have to come to terms with the fact that there's now twice as many people on Earth. So it's a big confusing thing for everyone. Anyway, why was I to type those up anyway?
Oh, did you type up all the first episode names?
I've got all the episode titles. Wait, I missed one. I knew I missed one.
Which one did you miss?
I missed the what if.
Oh.
So when was that? Oh, God, they're all. I put them all in order. Okay, so it's after Loki. Great.
Ah, crap.
What if? Now, is it what if?
Question mark.
Okay. What if ellipsis question mark? What
if
we don't do half measures here? Yeah, I'm gonna waste time typing out.
You're not wasting time. You're distracting the audience from my shit playing.
Despite the fact that I'm literally the only person on this earth who is going to benefit from this looking the way that it is supposed to look.
We could include it in the comments. Oh, by the way, I've changed the description slightly.
Come any closer. They'll paint the room crimson.
RadTheLad tells me his old political views on Batman Arkansas Asylum.
I know you're still out there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shit! She got stabbed.
Did that out of the fact that you know what's he called, Professor Strange in City, and how he pronounces Batman like Batman.
Easy.
Oh God, what?
Maybe I'm just hearing it weirdly or something. Then I just remember watching my little brother play it, and he's doing the bit with Professor Strange, and Strange is like, look over there, it's Batman. I could be remembering it wrong.
I think you're remembering it slightly weirdly, but at the same time, I do also remember that he says it quite epically.
Batman.
I know.
Yeah. I did like his character though. I tend to like characters that are you know, no powers, just good planning, and well, yeah, no powers, just good planning.
Evil monster!
Because it always feels like they should not be as much of a problem as they are.
Stop now.
But they are.
You know, Professor Strange is a piece of work.
Yeah.
But he does always say, he's always like, Batman! He always rings it out really long for some reason.
I seem to remember his voice actor as well now. Who was that?
So now he has Venom and your formula.
God, he has gallons of the stuff. There's a lab hidden in the gardens. It's locked off, but the security...
Oh yeah, so you know how last time I was saying that I think we might finish this quite quickly, or we might finish this in this episode?
Yes.
We're 14% of the way through.
What? Why? How?
14.
The game's not that... Wait, 1-4 or 4-0?
1-4.
How?
And I have barely done anything in my previous playthroughs. Meaning, it, you know, like, so 60%-ish is probably just completing the main story with barely any Riddler trophies. In previous playthroughs, I've got either 62 or 64 getting, like, the minimum amount of Riddler trophies. So, 14%, and I've got, like, 3 or 4 Riddler trophies on this playthrough. Means this game is probably longer than I remember it. But, I mean, that's the thing, I don't remember this game. Oh, for God's sake. Why does this slow down time as I'm hitting the bad guy, hitting the guy but I'm not supposed to hit head on? It's not like I can stop Batman from careening into the electric guy but like an idiot.
Oracle, Dr. Young is dead. Have you figured out a way past these security gates? Before she died, she told me there's a production plant hidden somewhere in the gardens.
The Wayne Tech security protocols seem to be hack-proof. Lucius did a good job. It's a 2-part biometric sequence, apparently generated by the Warden, using a code sequencer.
And destroyed by Joker in the safe explosion. Harley Quinn has the Warden, and he's the only chance we have to get past these gates.
Okay, good luck.
Let me know when you are ready with your list.
I can't leave without finding a trail
I have the full list here, and I'm ready to talk about them. What order are we talking about them? And should I just, like, mention all the names of them first, like, to begin with?
You could do. So I think we'll do what we did last time, where you can go first. Because you've got the list and you can kind of hopefully remind us a bit about them. And, you know, rank them in whichever way you want to do it. So you can either do your favourite to least or least to most.
Least to most, yeah, okay. So, in order from latest to most recent, the episodes are, of course, titled. So, WandaVision has filmed before a live studio audience. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has New World Order. There's Loki's Glorious Purpose. There's
That's a good title.
Yeah. There's What If Captain Carter were the first Avenger. There's Hawkeye's Never Meet Your Heroes. There's Moon Knight's The Goldfish Problem. Miss Marvel's Generation Y. And She-Hulk's A Normal Amount of Rage.
That doesn't sound as many, does it? Weirdly. No, it sounds like I know it is the right amount, but it sounds weirdly. There's something about that doesn't sound like as many as when we did the finales. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Alright, I'm thinking, but I know one thing for sure. My favourite first episode out of all of these has got to have been Glorious Purpose.
Oh, I think I might be in agreement with you there, to be honest.
Glorious Purpose was just such a perfect setup. Oh my god. I know it gets... I know it gets, like, memed on and like, wow, they threw it out this early, but the amount my jaw dropped when that you know, desk worker pulled out a desk full of Infinity Stones. I was like, oh my god, these people are insane. These people are crazy, like above and beyond everything we've seen and know. They've just been here this whole damn time, casually throwing Infinity Stones into their desks. Okay, how the hell is Loki doing anything about these guys?
Did I tell you though? I don't know if I told you this when we discussed this with Tom that time.
Yeah.
Because obviously that was around the time that Loki was coming out, but we were playing Avengers a lot. I think it's a rule in the comics that Infinity Stones don't actually mean anything outside of their own universe.
That does make sense that they don't.
I think that's like, like at the TVA, they're paperweights. So even though you could have a load of Infinity Stones, unless you had all 6 from the same universe, that's it. It doesn't really mean anything. So, I mean, to that said, if you took the one Infinity Stone back to its universe, but I mean, sure, in the TVA's case, doesn't the existence of them in the TVA mean that they were taken out of their designated timeline? So maybe they don't actually have timelines where they're effective anymore at all. Because
not, actually, yeah.
So maybe they are literally just paperweights, even if you try to take them back to the universe where they came from.
Yeah. Having said that, what else did that episode have?
Emotional damage for Loki seeing his entire past and future.
I think that was a pretty smart way, personally. I mean, I don't know how
of character developing, back to basically Loki as he is sympathetic and a nice, not genocidal maniac. In Infinity War, Infinity War, he died.
It felt like he watched that, and then he kind of went from being Avengers to being Loki, so to speak.
Yeah, to some extent.
And that's one of the reasons I'm perfectly okay with him being the main Loki going forward, because it feels like he is already. And oh god, what else did that episode have? That episode had that. Oh, and the start of Mobius. I don't know.
Malkovich.
Don't know if that's canon or anything. I seem to remember hearing it somewhere that.
What if his first and last name is the same thing?
It's still Mobius, yeah.
That doesn't sound right, but I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't put it past Marvel.
But Owen Wilson actually, I really like him as that character. And
he does really well.
I think
apparently he's set to appear in a film, but not anything that Loki would be involved in. Just
really?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but something something that you wouldn't really expect.
Yeah, and then how.
I feel like this is a
couple of episodes on, and Loki's got he's got his uniform on and everything, and it feels like you're watching some bizarre buddy cop movie. And
god, yeah.
Was it only 6 episodes? Because I feel like
it was really short.
It should have been longer, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like Loki was one of the ones that actually kind of hit its mark. It didn't feel too overstuffed or too under.
Yes. Oh, that's probably enough about Loki for now, though.
So is that's
rank 7 more? Yeah.
That's still your number 1.
Yeah, it's gotta be my number 1. It had me waiting until next Wednesday. And I was thinking about it the whole damn week. So
that was the first one where they did it on Wednesdays, and then with She-Hulk they moved it to Thursdays, wasn't it? It started off on Fridays, then for Loki got moved to Wednesdays, and then with She-Hulk it was moved to Thursdays. I don't know if it's going to continue that way.
Who's to say? Right, now what shall I put?
This is the question.
That's the question. Oh god, that just reminded me of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Same.
Spider-Man, which reminded me of Spider-Man 3, which reminded me of Spider-Man 3 on the DS, which reminded me I never got
He says that in Amazing Spider-Man 2, didn't he?
Yeah. But that I never
Really not interested
mentioned
in
this
the logic
earlier
of
about
flowers.
Spider-Man 3 on the DS, but like, what is it? You know
Just
when
stay
you
where
put
you
on
Last thing I need
when
is
he
you
switches suits, right?
Hmm.
Because in that game, it's you beat up enough people, and the little black bar fills up when it's full.
Oh, and then you can
black
activate the black suit, can you? Right.
Or well, it automatically activates. But
Oh. That is different, yeah.
but I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it was even Tobey Maguire who was voicing it.
I think
Possibly
he did
not.
for those games.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for the movie tie-in games. I don't know if I mean, if it was basically the same story with the same work, he would have been, you know, if it had, you know,
Yeah.
same cutscenes and stuff.
But but when you switch out of the suit, whenever you switch into, or maybe it is just out of, but anyway, he's got some voice lines, and they kind of imply that he's been like unconscious or something, and I just found it really funny that there was this that there was this one where he's like, what's happening? What's going on? Or something like that, and he sounds really like drowsy, and sure, makes perfect sense if you've just woken up from being unconscious, but
Oh yeah.
it happens in the middle of, fights. So he's standing there sounding all drowsy and stuff while I'm having him flip around and beat the snot out of criminals and thugs and the like. Anyway.
So that's
get
kind
back
of
on
like Spectacular Spider-Man's fight against the Sinister Six while he's asleep.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's more kind of the idea that the symbiote's controlling him while he's not actually conscious to it.
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe that's what they were going for. He's really drowsy.
Right, I should get back on topic. Let's see. Okay, number 2. What am I going to pick for number 2? Okay, this is a little harder, because, I mean, Loki, I feel like, stands definitely above the rest, but like, what comes next? Let's see, let's look down this list.
What? Oh, yes, of course. It's useless. Half the code won't get you anywhere. We're trapped in here.
I am very tempted. I'm very tempted to go for WandaVision for basically the same reason.
Well, because it's just an intriguing first episode.
Yeah, it's got lots of mystery. It left me wanting more.
I won't speak to that because I'll cover it when I come to do mine, because otherwise, I'll let you do a soapbox for a bit, I think.
You're right. Now that you mention it.
But yeah, I won't say why I would possibly be critical of WandaVision.
Yeah. In hindsight, I'm just.
I haven't even said anything, and Bradley's already reconsidering. I didn't mean to do this. I'm sorry.
No, it's just that I was remembering it for the intrigue at the end, but that's at the end, and like, can you really say that an episode is really good just because it has a good ending to it? And the rest of and I'm remembering now that the rest of the episode was, almost played entirely straight.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was played entirely straight.
It was played entirely straight, except for the very end.
That was practically the post-credit scene, actually. Yeah,
it was basically a TV. It was just, they're in the TV show.
Yeah. If it were
does it even have is it the episode 2 where they have the radio? Where
I think episode 2 is where there's the radio or something, and then the beekeeper shows up. I think it's one of those. I think it's either 2 or 3 where we get that.
I think episode 2 is the radio, and episode 3 might be. Oh no, because it's like 2 episodes to a particular style, isn't it?
Yeah.
or an era of
That one
shows.
must have happened before it went to color, of course, because the
I think
whole thing
3 and
said,
4
why is
were
there color?
3 and 4 were the first ones on color.
So it must have been episode 2 then, because the whole thing was like, why is this thing here and why is it colorful?
Yeah.
Everything else is in black and white. Why is this? Is it a helicopter toy or something? Oh,
Yes, it was. It was. It was a drone, but it became a helicopter toy.
Okay. Having spoken a lot about WandaVision, weirdly enough, the next thing I want to mention, and I haven't really ranked either of these just yet.
So you want to kind of discuss some of them first.
Yeah,
That's a good idea,
yeah,
actually,
I'll
because
have a
it means
think.
that you can, especially to
Yeah.
kind of get your thinking in order.
I would have just said WandaVision and called it there, but you know, having thought about it for a couple of minutes, it wouldn't actually be accurate.
It's number 2, Wanda. Oh wait.
Number 2, actually. So number
Actually,
3.
Vision's involved. I don't like him.
God, it's been a while since we've seen Vision, actually. But moving back on to... Okay, so I was saying... Yeah, I wanted to have a brief question about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right?
Yes.
Because in my mind, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, every episode is like together. Because it feels to me like a movie that's in, you know, 6 parts rather than...
That's fair. Yeah, it is kind of like one sequential story without any individual kind of, like, stuff doesn't really leave at all, actually. Yeah.
I remember where the first episode ends to, like, think about what happens in the first episode.
The very end of the first episode is the announcement of John Walker as the new Captain America.
Yes, it is, isn't it? That was mostly set up. There was the set piece at the start with the helicopter, right?
And Batroc, yeah.
And then they do some. Oh, here's the. Jeez, Batman! He just punched that guy in the dick.
Oh, he does. They tried to fix it. I love it. I love it in Arkham Knight when he goes from where he's supposed to punch him in the head, but then decides to change sides and then punch him in the dick because it's not a video game glitch at that point. It's Batman being a dick, punching someone in the dick. It's so funny.
Wait. Oh yeah. So then they did some world building on the state of the world post unblip, I guess, and then
I like how in the first game the code breaking device is make a color and make the thing explode, never allowing it to be used again. In every other game, it's work out a password to unlock whatever needs to be used. Bruce Wayne had to pay a lot in property damage to re-secure Arkham Asylum after this. I can never bloody remember where I'm supposed to be going in this. Apprehend Harley Quinn. Where the fuck did she go?
Yeah, I can't quite remember that one.
Did she go this way? I feel like she went this way. Okay, yeah, she went this way.
Yes, because I can't really remember what happened, and I feel like that is such an unfair way of doing it, because I Winter Soldier.
You could read a quick description.
I have it right here. I have what's it called right here.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Where's the sweet spot, man? At least you can normally work out what the password is. I fucking hate this. There you go. Jesus. I will just say now, I have had 2 beers tonight.
And then
what do you mean, door locked?
And that was this.
Oh, of course.
Was that okay?
Oh no, this is a Riddler trophy. Is this also the way through, or is it just a Riddler trophy?
It's a good series, but that isn't a particularly remarkable first episode. Although it is much needed setup, of course, but it's not the kind of episode that I'd be really excited going back into.
Yeah.
Having said that, you know what? I'm gonna go. I think my next favourite. I'm gonna just throw this out here. Actually, I'm gonna go. With
Ah, that's what's that episode called? The Goldfish Problem. That is a good episode.
Yeah. The for a non-graphic novel reading scrub like myself, I was very intrigued by who the heck Stephen Grant was, what the heck is happening to him, and what his bizarre alter ego Mark Spector is, and like all of that. And you know, I'm going in thinking Stephen Grant's like the original, the main, so to speak. So it was quite interesting to see how that all played out, and the sort of horror scene, so to speak, where what's his name, Khonshu?
Yeah.
Khonshu like appears to him in that hallway when he's in the lift and he's freaking out.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Just Stephen Grant was so relatable. Like, you know, he saw all these terrifying eldritch beast monstrosities and he freaked out. Like, yeah, same, bro. I'd do that. I'd freak out too. And yeah, the ending of that was really cool with Mark being all give me the body, I need to save us, and then the theme as he's punching the crap out of the demon thingy with the suit on. It's like, okay, it's all going down now, isn't it? But yeah, it had a lot it had a lot of intrigue and a lot of cool stuff, and Oscar Isaac is a really good actor as well.
Yeah.
So it's also got that going for it, you know. I'm just like he was so good as Mark Spector and Stephen Grant, because like the fact that he you can tell who it is on like his face and like, you know, not even like he's got the whole as Stephen Grant, he's got that whole silly British accent thing, which, wow, the fact that they even like explained why it's a crap British accent, not a real British accent, like one of the ones that Americans did, that was a stroke of genius.
The fact that it's from a TV show.
I'll stop her.
Yeah, and then he's what is it?
Listen, I'll go try and get the ventilation system. If you find her, don't go.
Yeah, the fact that you can
on
just look at his face and the way he composes himself and like tell who's you know in control in like a second. Very good acting from Oscar Isaac, and yeah, it was a really good first episode. The whole mystery of thing and how it seems like it's just him going insane for a bit of it, with like, you know, him seeing the demon and then he goes onto the video camera and there's nothing there. Stuff like that. I really like.
It just all worked. It's just a very seamless episode.
Yeah. It was very, very mysterious, very intriguing, and leaves you wanting answers to the mystery box. So yeah, I'm gonna make that my number 2. Number three, I'm going to go with... I can't remember how that one ends, so I'm going to double check it quickly. This is probably cheating.
I love how many of these are just completely gone.
Well, I mean, it's like I don't want to talk about something from after episode 1, you know, because it is about episode 1, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So like, it isn't really fair to put on the rest of the shows if I'm talking about more than there is on this one.
And obviously you remember more about the later ones.
That was a massive episode then. Because I was just, I had to go on Disney Plus to check where Miss Marvel ended, because I thought it can't have ended with her already having gone to the convention and discovered.
That's like halfway through the episode, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, but it is like the episode ends with her on her bed marveling at her. Oh,
Hey, nicely done.
At her newfound powers, and I was like, that felt like way later. That can't have been episode 1. No, it was episode 1. Okay. I
mean, she does something similar at the end of the. I mean, at the end of the series. So.
You know what? It's definitely a contender for number 3. Let's see what the rest are.
So number 2 is secured as Moon Knight. Number 3 is contender Miss Marvel.
You know what? She can have it. Miss Marvel taking the number 3 spot.
You sound like you're just giving out sweets at Halloween. You know what? You can have it. You can have it all.
You know what? Take another one.
I just kicked that guy through the fence.
Right, so yeah, Miss Marvel. It was a good first episode. It set things up really nicely, and it was I have my
reservations
about some later episodes, but that one definitely felt like Miss Marvel, as in like graphic novel Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Like I was watching it, but like as a TV show. Which, you know, I suppose in some way that shouldn't really be necessarily a positive, because I can't say that I've read any Moon Knight, so it can't really get points on that, but who cares? This is my list, I don't have to be fair.
No, you don't. It's not about quality or filmic skills or anything real.
Personal opinions.
It's about your favoritism, and you're going to bring something completely different to anyone else because your perspective of each character. You know, I'm very biased on a lot of these shows because of how they've portrayed characters that I've spent a lot of time reading in the comics. You know, you'll probably like some, the MC, the show versions of these characters a lot more than I do because you haven't got that stigma of the fact that they're not as cool as they are in the comics. Some of them, Kate Bishop. Yeah. Looking at you fucking waste of Haley Steinfeld.
And a badass in her own right. That's the prevailing thing for me, from what little I've seen, from what little I've looked up, is that Kate Bishop is a huge badass.
Yes.
And should be presented as such, and not
all
as
the time
a Hawkeye fanboy fangirl.
This is all the accuracies. I am so I am so happy with you right now.
Oh god, this bit.
Oh, Christ!
I think
do I have to censor this in post?
Oh god!
I love one of the you know there's a rather interesting meme, I would say, going on comics Twitter for, I mean, not just right now, but has been for ages. The joke is that Batman's never had sex. And it's just like,
yes, indeed.
I love how you have no idea how to follow that statement.
So you can find the secret lab in the gardens.
I mean, I wouldn't know. Wait a minute, I would know. He's...
So I'm calibrating the scanner to only
Damian
show
Wayne
prints and
exists.
traces of chlorophyll.
Well done.
I rerouted a Wayne
Oh,
satellite
yes.
to show thermal scans of the island.
I have knowledge. Moving back on to number 4, the number 4 spot. What is it gonna be? I'm gonna go with... I think it's time for... Oh, now it gets a little hard. Let's see. Could be that. It could be that. Could be that. There's 5 left, and I'm gonna say, yeah, you know what? I think it's WandaVision time.
Is number 5.
That's number 4.
Number 4, okay.
WandaVision. That's my.
WandaVision, WandaVision.
Okay.
WandaVision.
The first episode did lean very heavily into the gimmick, so to speak, to the point where it was essentially just a first episode. But,
and an episode of
just an episode of an old
the witchy thing. What is it called? There's a show. No, there was a show, but it was literally kind of ripping off. No, it's called. I can't remember what it's called. It was called like My Wife is a Witch or something. I don't know, but it's basically about this couple that get married, and then once they're married, she basically says, "Oh, by the way, I have magic powers." But it's about like a really unaware husband, because she keeps telling him this and he doesn't believe her, and then her mother visits and keeps teleporting him downstairs while trying to convince the woman, to divorce this boring ass human. and the human just keeps, her husband just keeps basically getting teleported by his mother-in-law downstairs to the bar, and just gets convinced that he keeps drinking without remembering. And that's why he keeps finding himself at the bar. It is, I mean, that's just the first episode, but it is pretty funny. But it's like, because basically once we watched that first episode of WandaVision, my parents showed me that, and I was like, oh my god, it does riff so much off it, especially the opening sequence, the version from that first episode. I've learned the secret skill. These guys are just really weak to a good old cape stun.
Oh my god, he slapped him. So, number 5. I think number 5 and number 6. But which order should I put them in?
It's up to you. Where's What If coming?
What If's coming pretty soon, actually.
Oh.
Unless it isn't.
Jesus Christ, these guys do so much damage.
Let's go with... in fact, I think it's What If time right now.
Oh.
I mean, it's a harder one to do because, of course, What If was much more episodic rather than a narrative.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the Captain Carter episode. I thought it was funny that Steve ended up as essentially Iron Man.
Yeah, but like a Mark I steampunk Iron Man. I do kind of find it funny that Howard and Tony are basically the same in their designs, though. Like, they both really like. Oh, God's sake! These guys do really mad damage.
The one like teeny tiny thing that I would criticize about it is the fact that it was pretty short. So
yeah, I mean they all are, aren't they? They're 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, they're 20 minutes. So it did feel a little bit fast, But
I felt like basically an interesting recap of the first Avenger until the very end, where they decided to introduce a bloody squid monster.
Like a Cthulhu beast out of nowhere. Like...
And isn't that how she travels through time? She doesn't get frozen. She ends up traveling through time.
Yeah,
which
she
is fucking
grabs a
wild.
sword and starts kicking the crap out of a Cthulhu beast.
Yeah.
Let's go, Captain
I always find it
Carter.
interesting how they do different versions of they, like in other universes, they always do a different version of the old Captain America fell through time. Like in Spider-Gwen's universe, there's some really weird shit about like mad adventures and shit with that universe's version of Captain America gets lost in time.
I mean, I can only see like 3 ways to get to the future. 1, get frozen. 2, be immortal. Or 3, time travel.
Or Cthulhu, you forgot about Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, that is a good point. Yeah, Cthulhu. Okay. So, having said that, yeah, it probably is some weird shit now that you mention it that happens in Spider-Gwen's version. Wait, so is it still Captain? Is it Steve Rogers or is
No,
it...
it's Samantha Wilson.
Ah. Oh, wow.
I think
that's cool.
I can't remember who. I can't remember who. I can't remember who the sidekick is.
Bucky?
I think it is Bucky, but I don't think it's James Barnes. I don't know. I can't remember.
Help me! I'll cut you down! Doing this! What's going on? Shut up and keep looking! We'll come back when the bat is dead!
Okay, I've finished typing up my list.
Oh,
so,
the complete list, or
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, you just decided in the last couple, did you?
Yeah, because
Did you find the less ones a bit easier?
yeah. There's the only thing is 6 and 7 are so close.
Right, yeah.
I just barely gave it to Falcon and the Winter Soldier for number 6. Just barely, because I really like Sam and Bucky.
Fair enough.
And you know, it had implications for you know the phase going forward. You know, it set up the world as we expect to understand it in a post-blip society. And
Everyone's dying to see what I do next.
Mm.
Let him go now.
and we had a couple of we had some good set pieces with like some action stuff, and of course Bucky goes on his annual
You really need to speed things
self-loathing.
Mm.
Which, I mean, I kind of understand why, because if I was used as an assassin by lots of evil people to kill lots of innocent people, I don't think I'd be able to shrug that off very easily.
No. I do like his whole making amends thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's like, it's not even his fault, really.
Oh,
it?
God,
like,
no.
It's not his fault at all.
No, but he feels responsible for it.
Yeah. Because it was his body that was being used. But honestly, I see him as, you know, just as much a victim.
Oh God, yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. He's, you know, fucking hell. He has to live with that shit as well.
Yeah. And oh God, wasn't he talking to? Wasn't there a shopkeeper he was talking to? And
yeah, because he'd killed his son.
Killed his son. And like it starts you off with that, and it's like, oh well, this is rather nice, isn't it? And this guy, and then it paints such a tragic light on it, and it's like, oh right, okay.
This is why he's hanging out with him, because.
Right. Here I thought Bucky was just having friends and, you know, nice things.
I think Batman just totally went to punch a computer. Great.
But yeah, like She-Hulk is next at number 7. Really close for that, but it also had some implications on the on the phase and the world building, as it were.
Looks like I've cut the power.
And it's not low. It's not number 7 because I dislike it.
Thanks.
It's just not.
It's low, but it's not that I don't like it or anything. It's so weird.
It's because the others are just higher.
Yeah, it really is just that the others are higher.
I think the finales are going to be more disappointing than the openers, and the openers are just going to be better or worse than each other, or just not as good.
Because like, I did like that episode. I did. I enjoyed it. And there were
Captain America. Fuck.
Like, yeah, that was flipping amazing.
That was just perfect.
But yeah, it is literally just that I like the other ones over that, is all. It is absolutely a thing that if I were to watch it all again, it's not like I'd skip that one. But anyway, number 8, and
I think if I was going to skip any She-Hulk episode, it would be one of the middle ones. Maybe 2, actually. I don't feel like much happens in 2.
Well, I, for one, would absolutely not be skipping the Magician episode, the one in there, you know. Like,
I do like most of that.
I'm a one fanboy, but because...
I was thinking the other day, actually, about how after Stan Lee died, and how I thought that they were going to start doing Old Man Cap as like the equivalent of Stan Lee cameos, and he'd appear in everything just as like just for like 6 seconds. But I imagine Chris Evans wouldn't be very excited about putting on all that prosthetic stuff for like a one-liner.
Yeah, damn. Having to do a one-liner, get the prosthetics on, do a one-liner for 100k. Yeah, it must suck. Damn.
All right, Bradley. Jesus.
I'm joking.
Someone's opinionated.
I'm just having a giggle. I am.
A giggle, are ya?
Yeah, number 8 spot by process of elimination, and of course everyone knows what this is by now because the rest of the 7 have been mentioned. But it is Hawkeye.
Yeah, episode 1 is weak, man.
It's just so there. Like we got.
It's just so there.
I expected that the first scene would be like when the first scene came up, and we have, you know, this little girl. It's like, oh, okay, that's Kate Bishop. We find out.
We get her perspective on.
Yeah, her perspective on the Avengers. Okay, cool. And then it goes into the sequence where, you know, the opening sequence where we see her growing up in silhouettes.
Oh, the opening sequence is badass. That kind of saved the episode for me, but other than that, it was fairly meh.
She's learning to sword fight, she's learning archery, she's learning martial arts, and it's like, okay, and then we move on to her as an adult now, and okay.
Joker's men are all wearing security colors. I'll need to take out the operator.
Now that we've seen her, we're going to get to Hawkeye, right? Going to get to like. Oh God, I've completely forgotten his name. What the heck?
Clint.
Yeah, we're gonna see Clint, right? We're gonna see how all is well in his part of the country, so to speak. Did we actually see Clint at all in the first episode?
Yes. Yeah, he took his kids to.
Oh, he took his kids to that amazing theatre that I really wish they'd just make, because I'd go and watch Rogers the Musical.
I mean, that's kind of what they were going for the end credit scene, but I feel like they needed a reaction from Sam and Bucky or something.
In all honesty, maybe it's just because I'm such a sucker for show tunes and the like, but it came on and they were doing "Save Us from the State We're In," and I was just like, yeah, woo! Show tunes, flipping musical, let's go! But yeah, the bit with
Joker wants him stopped.
So how does it end? How does it end again? So there's the doggo and there's the. Oh, and Jack was a red herring, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, Jack was actually turns out to be a decent guy.
Yeah, because she's investigating.
Oh, you're not allowed to have fun on this one. You have to just go and save the people, and then you take out the then you.
She goes there and says, and she sneaks down there and there's that whole fight scene.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun fight scene, but I feel like could have been a bit. I mean, this was the first show that was going to get really compared to Daredevil.
Yeah, that's what it is. I was wondering why. You know, there's no Hawkeye in sight, and yet something feels off, and it's because, and maybe this is just my interpretation, but it felt to me like this, Disney Plus Hawkeye series, Kate Bishop, felt like she had something to prove or something.
Yeah.
She wasn't self-confident in her abilities, and you know it.
Which kind of is the whole point of. I mean, Kate, when she first started out, she did have something to prove, especially when she was kind of a bit eeing and awing up, you know, when she was kind of deciding whether or not she could get away with taking the name.
Mm.
I mean, she nicks Hawkeye's old bow and is kind of like, is this a good idea?
Yes.
Batman better not try and mess with us.
But, and again, this could just be me, and my interpretation could be flawed, but it felt more to me like she was doing that whole investigation thing to prove she was right about Jack, rather than to prevent something bad from happening, or because it was the right thing to do, kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, she was definitely investigating Jack, but I mean, you know, in the circumstances, you know, she's not trying to be a hero at that point, is she? She's just, you know, her mum is kind of her world at that point, because it's...
Yeah.
You know, especially considering that she possibly just almost would have gotten expelled if their mum wasn't absolutely fucking loaded.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. that was that was a very silly scene. With the way the whole tower crumbled, I thought, come on, it had a tennis ball on the end, man.
I mean, these things are old.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my list. My list is number 1, Loki, number 2, Moon Knight, number 3, Miss Marvel, number 4, WandaVision, number 5, What If, number 6, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, number 7, She-Hulk, and number 8, Hawkeye.
Okay, that is a good list. I think we should interval out between your list and my list with talking about what our homework was this week.
Oh yes, of course.
Otherwise, we'll completely forget about it and won't talk about it, and the episode will end.
So here's the funny thing. I went in not expecting much. Halfway through, I was really enjoying it. And I almost wish it were a bit longer.
Pick up Harley's trail again so I can find it.
Because
yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
Because I was because it was just the way I was, how much I was enjoying it at that point. I was like, damn, but there's only 20 minutes left now.
I went in kind of from knowing that loads of people had reacted to it really well, to to the fact that they've actually changed some future shows into special presentations. So they're like, rather than doing a full show, they're doing a special presentation because of how well this was received. So, and from just basically saying like, no one expected this to be as good as it was.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's the main thing I kind of was going into it knowing, is that this really surprised people. So, yeah. Turns out, and I went into it, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is good.
Like, let's see. The fight scene, the fighting was actually, like, I enjoyed it. There's one bit that I'm like, what?
What bit was that?
When the Scottish guy, when the Scottish guy grabbed Elsa, right, and slammed her head into the stone corner thing.
Ow.
And then she just shrugged that off without she wasn't even bleeding from her head at all. I thought, Jesus Christ, what has she made of? She survived that.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I flipping loved the like Jack, like for being like what was it, 40-50 minute episode?
Yeah, it was the length of a Daredevil.
Yeah, I really like Jack. I really like Elsa.
I really like Ted.
Yeah, Ted. Like, you just see his eyes, and honestly, I didn't really get it to begin with. I was looking at the back, looking through the grass in that little hedge, I think it was. I was thinking, oh, that's well, he's got to be the werewolf, the titular werewolf, right? That's a weird looking design for a werewolf. Maybe they're doing a different look. Then you see him fully, and he's like more like a squid, like monster guy.
Oh, I just did a pirouette over that. Ow!
I thought that is a really interesting design. I rather like it.
What of Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Man-Thing.
That's Man-Thing, is it? Oh.
Not Marvel's most interesting, most inventive name. It's fair to say.
I suppose not.
But yeah.
But yeah, good fights.
Okay, they just exploded themselves. Fair enough.
Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Elsa again in some more stuff, Jack and Ted as well, like,
just when you think it can't get any worse.
Like, she kicked some ass too in just like unarmed combat. She
Yeah.
a sword and did some.
You know who I think I would really like to see her paired with?
Who?
Jessica Jones.
How did I know you were going to say that?
I mean, they've teamed up once or twice in the comics, and and she swears almost as much as Jess.
Oh, really?
I mean, not as much as Jess uncensored, but when Jess is censored, they swear pretty much the same amount, and it's just.
Yes.
But no, I think those two, especially Christine Ritter's version, would get on very well, and I would love to see those two just team up, just for an effort. Like, if Jess got another show.
Oh, please get another show, Jess. Still miss watching the Defenders shows.
Yeah, not the Defenders itself, but the Defenders show.
Yeah, the Defenders was
a miss. In a bunch of hits, it was a miss.
Yeah, How? How was it so much worse?
I mean, because the problems with every individual show was just brought together.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it had the least interesting villain from Daredevil Season 2 and all of and Iron Fist Season 1 as the main villain, so it wasn't really gonna win. Plus no Punisher. I do miss when, because Punisher had a teaser at the end of Defender Season 1 originally, but as soon as Punisher came out, they removed it. It was like an end credits trailer. But they removed it. When
like the Punisher never got to be a defender with the rest of the...
Like, he literally, it was like a teaser where he basically hits the ground with a sledgehammer to make his logo. Oh, fuck.
Oh, like he does at the start of season 2 no, season 1 of Punisher.
He doesn't make his logo, does he?
He doesn't make his logo, but he's sledgehammering like a
he's a construction worker, so yeah, he's like destroying a wall or some shit.
These monsters. He'll pay for this.
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage were all really good.
Punisher.
And Punisher, of course. Dark, gritty. Flipping love it though.
Excellent. Werewolf by Night was great.
It was really surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Wait a second. Are we... Fucking hell, we're at the boss fight of Poison Ivy. Oh my god, dude, we could actually finish it tonight. Could we? No.
How much more is there of
No, we're not at the boss fight. No, we're not at the boss fight. I'm talking bullshit. We haven't even fucking found... No, we're just talking to Poison Ivy, then we have to go down into the sewers. Oh, we've got loads left, never mind.
Yes.
Oh, I was so excited then, I thought we were almost over. Not that we're paying much attention to the game. Well, no, I do enjoy it, it's just, it's not any of the others, and, you know, the others...
They improved so much more on the...
Yeah. Oh, it's just, I know what I'm doing, so I can I feel like I have to somewhat concentrate on this one, but the others I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing, so... You know, that said, we're not paying attention to this game whatsoever, so it doesn't really matter, it's just something on the screen and to do. Anyway, okay, so do you have anything else you want to say about Werewolf by Night, other than...
Other than how much I want the characters to return and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the time, you know, it would have to be something particularly special, or you know, a good choice for the monsters to show back up. But Elsa Bloodstone, I'm just like, yeah, just bring her back.
Bring her back.
Just for anything, I really don't care.
Give her her own show.
Give her a team-up show with Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones team-up show.
Let's get the Heroes for Hire show.
And you can call it Blood Jewel, as in like Bloodstone and Jewel, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
Pearl. Jewel? Pearl. Is she Jewel?
Okay.
I feel like it's
I feel like she was Jewel, but I'm gonna double check now.
Pearl is something else by the same writer. That's what got me confused.
Wait, that's just Jessica Jones.
Just look up her superhero name or superhero aliases, because she went by a couple actually.
Yeah, you know what? Let's
Don't let him hit you, you idiot, is one of the best lines in any game, especially a Batman game. Like, yeah, no shit, dude.
Jessica Campbell Jones Cage. Oh, she double-barreled it.
Campbell?
Yeah, apparently her middle name's Campbell. Unless that's not a middle name and more of a...
I think it was her original name because obviously parents died. I think her original name was...
Oh, wow.
Her original name was Campbell, and then her adopted name was Jones.
Ah, right. So, code names. We've got Jewel, Nitrous, and under other aliases, Marvel Wiki lists Power Woman.
Well, I mean, she is married to Power Man, so...
Yeah.
No challenge is too great for me.
Yes, so... Yeah.
How the fuck do I get out of here?
Team up with those two.
Yes.
I would love to see them kick ass together.
I would love a weddings planning season with Jess Jones and Luke Cage. Like, I'm very easy. I would just love to see those two get together and plan a wedding for a season of television. I would be very happy with that.
The whole... I don't know about a season. I could manage an episode.
An episode? Fuck yeah. You have no romance.
But she needs to solve cases.
Well, yeah, she could do that as well.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, full season then.
Yeah. A woman can do two things. It's men who can't.
Oh, yes. Multitasking.
Yeah, it's like a season of television where basically Jess has to solve a load of private eye shit while Luke is messing around with Danny setting up the Heroes for Hire business, and maybe Jess is also pregnant?
Oh, and just to top it all off,
I really want the line of when she's giving birth is where she calls the baby an asshole, and Luke says, "Don't call our baby an asshole," and she says, "I'll call him what I want." He just kicked me in the. She just kicked me in the ribs. Or something, or it's like when your baby is kicking your organs into a different part of your body, you can decide what to call them.
Yeah. So.
Did I tell you who their baby grows up to be?
Yes, and I forgot.
Captain America.
Oh, right. Okay.
Also worthy of Mjolnir.
Oh, damn, okay.
And, like... Oh, wait, we want to go straight ahead. Shit, okay, so I'm gonna have to deal with these fuckers.
Yeah, so, she's investigating, or like, someone tells her about something, says, Jessica Jones, you need to investigate this thing. She investigates the thing, and then there's a creature of the night involved, like a vampire or something.
Yeah, definitely all that
Elsa
shit.
Bloodstone gets involved, and then Elsa Bloodstone appears and starts kicking the crap out of it, or something, and then, yeah, and like you said, Danny and Luke are making Heroes for Hire.
Danny could just show up and one-punch the monster.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back in the city, Daredevil and Punisher bump into each other again. Let's go! That'll be everything I am looking for at that point. Oh, except for something between, yeah, that too. Also, Daughters of the Dragon. That's what we got.
Oh yes. Yeah.
We got like an episode or two of Daughters of the Dragon, and then we like.
I do love that Jess and Luke call their baby Danny, and Danny's like, "Oh, after me," and they're like, "No, after the singer, you fucking idiot."
Ouch!
It's like Danielle Cage. But yeah, no, she's bulletproof. So, and there's this great line in a future comic where it's like, "I have this shield, but I don't need it. I am the shield." It's like, oh, badass. It's just everything about that family. It's like they're so not underrepresented. I mean, they're just like, they don't get it. They barely get a comic series, and they barely get any content since their own shows, and it's just like,
no recognition.
They're so cool. That's it, recognition, thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
So, basically, how do you feel about popping off with your top 8, of the...
8. Yes.
Yeah,
could you possibly send me the list so I could have something to refer to?
Okay. Because this is the first thing I could think of for how to get the information.
You can write it shorthand or, you know...
I am taking a photo.
Oh, fair enough, that works
screen.
too. Good, we're very professional here on, whatever the fuck this is called. You've got fucking,
The One Division?
No,
That's
the Rogers the Musical song.
That didn't send.
It must be having a different effect on Ivy. Her plants are growing. They'll soon be out of control.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know.
Zemo was such a highlight of that show.
Why does your thing look like old Reddit?
What?
It looks like old Reddit.
Notepad?
That pod appears to contain similar spores to the ones Ivy used to attack Gotham last year.
I mean...
They're deadly.
That's what normally shows up on Notepad? I
Fair
don't
enough.
even know what old Reddit looks like.
Well, it looks like that.
Okay. Is that visible, or should I take another one?
I mean, I can read most of it. Ow, fuck. That's alright,
Right.
that's enough to remind me. Okay, I think I'm gonna start, I'll do the contrarian thing to what you did like last time.
From the bottom to the top, then.
Yes, I think...
We're starting off with number 8, okay. What's it gonna be?
I think number 8 have to be One Division.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, do you still have our lists from last time? Didn't I put One Division really low on that one as well? Did I put it at bottom?
I don't think I saved it.
Oh shit. No, didn't you write it? You wrote it by hand, didn't you? I don't think I remember you typing. I think did you write it by hand?
I totally typed it. I used Notepad just like this time.
Ah, shit, and you didn't save it.
Yeah.
Well, Bradley, you're not getting paid for for last episode. we don't get paid. No, everyone just gets paid. I don't get paid, so he doesn't get paid. It's a fair. It's called knowing your worth.
There's no adverts, isn't there? There's no adverts. That's the problem. We need adverts.
You want adverts?
To monetize this streaming service. Okay.
Shit.
Any elaboration on the One Division bit?
Well, let's just say, do you remember how they released One Division Episode 1?
No.
They released it with Episode 2.
Oh. Oh yeah! Yeah,
And-
that was weird.
And I think the reason they did that is because One Division Episode 1 was so fucking weird that they wanted to make sure people stuck around, so they had the one Episode 2, which has a little bit more logic in it.
Yeah, and it isn't just a straight up episode of a oldie worldy American sitcom.
Wait, am I supposed to be talking to Cash?
That makes sense, actually.
So, I kind of, I came out of Episode 1 and I was like, that was cool, but what? And it was like, well, Episode 2's right there. So,
All that matters is that I can stop.
we watched Episode 2 straight after.
There's always a but, isn't there?
Where do you keep?
And I was
Evidently
like,
they thought it was too bold a move.
But it's sealed shut.
yeah, I mean, and the kind of their lack of faith and my kind of lack of, the fact that I was like, I need to watch Episode 2 to really understand, the fact that it needed that second one doesn't really speak to the strength of the first one on its own, and I've never gone back to rewatch Episode 1.
Stay here. and
That
do
is
not go
fair,
near
that
this
is fair.
place.
So from that perspective of they didn't seem to have much faith in it, and because of that, my experience was totally you know, it was kind of shadowed over by the fact that episode 2 was like, oh, okay, I get what they're doing now, and I like this type deal. So
yeah, do you think they should have just done it as like a weird feature-length first episode?
Maybe? Oh, for fuck's sake. Quite possibly, yes. I feel like...
Oh, damn!
Oh, I've just realised I made my life so much harder the first time I came over, because there was literally just a walkway I could have dropped onto. But
Oh, right!
I had to line launch into a whatever one of these is called. Vents. Nailed it. Okay, so that's number 8. Number 7...
What's it going to be? What are you thinking? Got Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I had fun with that first episode, but it's almost... I don't know, it's not the worst one, but it's possibly the most forgettable, but just because of, like, the other episodes later on were possibly less good, but more more stuff happened in them, and they were more memorable because some of the stuff that they did was fucking bonkers.
Also Zemo.
Also Zemo.
What do you think of Zemo? Because honestly, he was a highlight for me.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I feel like I watched the episode a little bit late, so all the memes were already kind of like, oh, okay, so Zemo's going to do some wacky shit in there. So I think I'd already seen like it's a masterpiece. He's James, and he's out of line, but he's right. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like no. That's the difficult thing about this. It's like it's not the finales in the fact that some of them disappointed me, and that's why I'd actually rank them low. It's just past WandaVision, I don't think there's any first episodes I actively didn't enjoy. I mean, not that I didn't enjoy WandaVision episode 1. It was just. As I said, it's just a bit difficult for me. I'm actually tempted to put What If below Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay. Shall I put that down?
Yeah, I think, but not because I don't like it or because I think it's bad, but just because I was hoping for more. As you said, it was a bit short. It was like, I was having fun with this. But it felt like they took quite a long time setting her up to be Captain Carter. And then it kind of went into that montage of the first Avenger.
Yeah.
But that was like a good part of the episode. So... yeah, it didn't feel like there was as much opportunity to enjoy it, and I kind of wish it had been longer, so I feel like just because I like what they were doing and then it ended. So yeah, number 7, What If. Number 6, possibly. Number 6, I think, has to be... Oh, Hawkeye.
You okay?
I totally Yeah, no, okay, number 6, Hawkeye. For the exact same reason you are, and the saving graces was that fight with Kate Bishop at the end, but I do wish that the fight had been a bit more kind of, had shown her to be a bit more skillful, because, but again, I think that's more the kind of, the weird way that Marvel seems to kind of, for the individual situations, enemies don't seem to want to go down. It felt like these people were taking bottles to the faces and lots of damage that would knock them out in a Marvel film, but they seem to be kind of going the Daredevil way, but without the same kind of reasoning of, you know, Matt punches the shit out of a guy so he will stay down, while Kate was like doing the same stuff but they weren't they weren't staying down, and then she'd do something weird and then they would stay down. I don't know, it was a bit of an odd circumstance.
That classical thing of jump up on the person and then flip them over thing.
Yeah, which I kind of, it's really weird that every Marvel female character seems to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, Elsa did it as well.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, it's like, it seems they only have one stunt director for the female characters, and every single one of them is just like, do a flip. What the fuck, man? Shit, the fuck is this? What the fuck? That's some bullshit. Oh, Christ. Fuck you, fuck you. Oh, Christ, they're all here. Oh, God, they're all here. Oh, God, they're all here.
Because I will say that's one thing that's like one of the reasons I was so I'm so harsh on the first episode of Hawkeye is how I really wasn't seeing this, because you'd said plenty of times that Kate Bishop is one of, if not your favourite, Marvel characters, and that episode, you know, I was hoping for that, you know,
I mean, she was the one I was playing as in Avengers all the time at that point.
Yeah.
Oh god, they nailed her character in the Avengers game.
She was pretty badass in that, to be fair.
Like, I think they did a pretty weird version of most characters in that game, but Kate Bishop they fucking nailed.
Yeah, like Tony Stark as Nathan Drake, or
Troy Baker's Bruce Banner was a really cool interpretation, though. He did Bruce's kind of trauma really well. Nolan North unfortunately kind of just did Nathan Drake as in an iron suit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man was always going to be a tough act to follow, but
oh fuck me, there's so many of them.
Anyway, you've got 5 more shows, and those shows are Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk.
I'm just waiting to die again. I seem to get bullshit. Anyway, okay.
Hey, someone help back.
So what are you thinking? What's coming next? And I think, like, the middle, I always feel like is going to be the hardest part.
Yeah, so I've just put Hawkeye, haven't I?
Yeah. So number 8 was WandaVision, number 7 was What If, number 6 was Hawkeye.
I love how I mentioned Falcon and the Winter Soldier earlier, but it just keeps going up.
Yeah,
because I'm actually.
You're 7.
Yeah, I'm not anymore. It's done WandaVision, done What If, done Hawkeye. I think Moon Knight, possibly. Because I think similar to WandaVision, I really liked the mystery, but at the same time, it like, you watch episode 1 and you have no fucking clue what is like, and, you know, but it wasn't the kind of like, for fuck's sake. This is the problem with talking, is because I totally forget that I'm not allowed to use gargoyle. It's bullshit that they keep getting up. Oh, for fuck's sake, get in the fucking grate! Yeah, for fuck's sake. What was I saying? A Moon Knight.
Yeah, you liked the mystery, you said.
I like the mystery, but
very soon.
I don't know. Yeah, there was some things. I think parts of it really worked, and parts of it. Again, you know, it's like you were saying with the bottom of the list for yours. It's not that there's anything particularly bad about them. It's just you've got to kind of. It's just, you know, choosing where each one goes. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I do think. But gotta remember, don't use goggles this time. Yeah, I think Moon Knight, and then... Oh, for fuck's sake. I fucked it.
You fucked it. Well, tell us about the... what I've heard referred to as Marvel's Batman. I'm really not sure from the MCU interpretation, at least.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't know much about Moon Knight, so...
Yeah. I don't know much about either, but I don't see it myself.
Hmm. Shit.
Not in a nice first date kind of way.
Can you psychically guess what my last couple is while I deal with this fucking predator room?
Guess your last couple.
Yeah.
If by last couple you mean last four.
Alright,
yeah,
pedant. No one asked you to count for me. I didn't ask you to maths, I asked you to psychic.
Okay, here I go. I will channel my inner Charles Xavier and deduce accurately your final choices. So, coming in at number 4 is at last the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Maybe something greener.
She-Hulk!
I don't know.
Oh, Loki. Right, he's green. He uses
No. We've already agreed Loki's like number 1, man.
Yeah.
Loki episode 1 is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, seriously good shit right there. That is like, I seem to remember you rather enjoying pretty much all of She-Hulk. So
yes, that's true.
Like,
okay, actually,
you put it at number 4?
I don't think I do actually. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Damn, I'm just trying to be psychic here. Although I haven't. I don't know how you felt about episode 1 of Miss Marvel. If I did, I'd have a.
I think you're right. I think Miss Marvel has to go at number 4. Actually. Maybe. Why are you laughing?
I was just looking at the list right now and remembering a few minutes ago when we were about to put Falcon and the Winter Soldier at your number 7 spot, and the only spots left are 2 and 3.
Stupid boiler! Get the crap out of me!
If Miss Marvel goes in spot 4, that is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Miss Marvel goes 4. Because that first episode, especially because that was the introduction to the changed powers, I really did not like that at all. At that point, it was like, you know, that series had to really warm me up to the fucking bonkers decision they made to change the powers.
Dude, Reed Richards also has stretchy powers, so like...
Bradley, shut up. Okay, so...
That is so not an excuse. I swear to God, that is so not an excuse.
No, okay, I think, yeah, Miss Marvel 4, then She-Hulk. Because there are parts of episode 1 of She-Hulk I really like, but it's when it gets into its stride I really like it. And then I think the last third of that first episode is really strong. Oh, for fuck's sake! I forgot about the fucking gargoyles again.
You can't use the gargoyles? How come?
No, they mind them with shit.
Ah.
And I keep forgetting that fact. It's fucking.
Was this like one of the first games to use this detective mode thing where you can just see all the enemies in the distance?
I think it might have been. I mean, maybe
such a standard thing for.
Does Assassin's Creed count? I mean, I think it did something similar, but not exactly. I think it did like a scanny thing.
Eagle Vision or something.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was later.
And inspired by this. Yeah.
I don't know. It depends when the first game came out, or when the first game to come out that included something like this. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
I mean, this is called Detective Vision. Eagle Vision is kind of similar, but I don't know which came first, so you don't really.
There we go. So
number 2 by
process of elimination
has somehow jumped from second to last to second to
first. Yeah.
Well, as we were talking about it and thinking about it, I just remember more and more about that, like how I like Sam's speech to the museum committee and how it, he put, the shield is put away and his talk with Rhodey in the museum and stuff. That's all really strong characterization and scenes. And then the fucking betrayal when John Walker walks out of that fucking shield. I just think episode 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is possibly like episode 1 and episode 5 is possibly some of the strongest parts of it.
There was 6, right?
Episode 5 is the boat one, which I fucking love.
Oh, the boat one, yeah, okay.
Which, my feelings about the boat one.
Now that there's more light in the room, you can, there's like Joker faces all over the...
Yeah, but I couldn't see that when I was grappling up in a panic to them because people were going to see me.
I'm just thinking that's a nice little touch.
Oh, right, sorry, I thought you were going, how the fuck did you not see that, you dumb shit? Oh, hello, here we go.
Yeah, so what's consistent about these 2 lists? Let's see.
What's consistent about our list from last week? Oh, wait.
Oh, the game froze! No! Oh no, the game froze! Oh no!
I like how that little bit you just did completely. You dodged my diss.
Oh wait, you were dissing me?
No,
please continue.
Please continue the diss. No, I just said, Ed, how does it compare to last week? Oh wait.
Oof. Okay. I don't have the best foresight in the world, as it turns out.
Bradley. Well, maybe you can remember. Yeah, it certainly is a... I mean, we would have spoken through it, we would have summarised at the end of each of our lists in the actual stream.
Yes.
So, I mean, between one of us, we can listen back and find out, but before next week, it depends. You don't like listening to your own voice, do you? So I'll probably have to do it.
I could do it. It's just a thing you have to get used to, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be interesting. I don't know if have you ever listened to any of these back, because some of them are so. I have a couple of times. So I went through a string of like washing up while listening to us talk shit about stuff. Some of them were really stupid. I just remember like some of my rants going off and just listening to you just kind of just patiently waiting. Mm-hmm. Okay, back to what I was talking about, he says. the Spider-Man era where I got really aggressive about certain things, but you managed to bring up multiple weeks and I just go on. I swear you were totally
He's all yours, Joker.
On the ball?
No, trying to get me mad. Goading me, that's it.
It was more like, and I'm just sitting there listening.
I love that. Use the middle stick to dodge Joker's gunfire.
Damn. Why
Oh yeah, I'll try that next time.
Do you just click retry and then it goes back to normal?
Well, no, you click retry and you wake up in a grave.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because there's Metal Gear Solid 3 does something similar. In one of its boss fights, you have to
Oh, you have to use the you have to plug the controller into a different port, don't you?
Yeah, that's in Metal Gear Solid 1. In Metal Gear Solid 3, there's literally a boss fight against this boss that you have to die and see the
What are you trying to do?
and you have to die and see the the game over screen. And if you click continue, then it resets. You're not supposed to click continue. You're actually supposed to open your item menu. And
what, from the continue page?
It's from the continue page.
That's so stupid. People would just think that was a glitch.
It was, yeah. It's a really weird bit, but it's quite interesting. Anyway, we were talking about the lists, weren't we? Yes. Let's see.
Do we have any places in common other than Loki?
At the top, and no, none at all. None at all. What's the
any opposite? Have we got anything where I've put it at the dead bottom and you've got it at the top?
Your one division is at the bottom, mine's at 4.
Oh wow, okay. It's like we watch different episodes of that, different versions of that episode.
Your Falcon and the Winter Soldier is at the top, and I've put it at number 6.
Yeah.
And then there's let's see, there's Hawkeye is quite close to the bottom of those. What else we got?
Yeah, episode 1 of Hawkeye. I feel like episode 2 of Hawkeye might have been released at the same time, actually, like WandaVision, so, again, possibly a weak first episode that they knew was a weak first episode, so...
There's, Miss Marvel, you've got it on 4, I've got it on 3, so really close that one. That's probably the closest one, other than...
Yeah.
What if... yeah. But the interesting thing is how hearing the different perspective, it really makes you think about, your list again, kind of.
I mean, we've kind of got similar reasons, but it's just how we rank them.
Yeah. Except for Loki. Loki was just...
Loki's first episode is just fucking perfect. Is he the only one with a... Oh, that's bullshit. Was he the only old character totally to get... Oh no, Falcon and Winter Soldier... Oh, okay, never mind. They started off with that, didn't they? They started off with a load of old characters.
Yeah, Wanda and Vision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and Hawkeye, actually.
And then they started introducing the new ones.
Yeah, because it depends on how you count What If.
You fail.
What If was basically nostalgia mixed, because it was revisiting all the old ones. I mean, it was revisiting all basically Phase 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 will be Phase 3 and 4 What Ifs. Exclusive.
So not counting What If, then we had Wanda and Vision in WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki and Loki.
Yes.
And then Hawkeye is kind of the bridge one, isn't it? Because you've got You've got
Hawkeye's got
Kate
an
Bishop
old
and
generation and a new generation. Fuck
then
you,
you've
Jonathan.
And then you've got Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and they're all new characters.
Yeah.
Madness takes you for it.
Jonathan hit you.
Jonathan always hits me.
Oh, Jonathan's acting like a weeping angel.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of...
And at the end of fear.
Because in that continue screen, he was like jumping between...
Oh, right, he was teleporting, yeah.
Yeah.
I was so close, man. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, this weird bit where they decide it's time to do some platforming.
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, fuck's sake, he moves. Oh, for fuck! Oh, come on, I was barely over to the side. Bradley!
Oh, yeah, I see it there.
Tell me what Arrow shit you watched this week.
Oh, yeah, so basically, let's see. I've finally seen the second part of the Legends of Tomorrow Pilot.
Wow.
They called them Pilot Part 1 and Pilot Part 2.
Fair enough.
You know, I'm sticking with the list. So I've got to watch this one and then that one and then... just watched an episode of Supergirl and it was nice as always.
Hmm.
But the moving on to the ones you've seen, which is Arrow and Flash. Let me have a think about what happened in the Flash. Oh, that was that one. It was so season 2, right? It was the Reverse Flash Returns, and well, I mean, as it says on the tin, Thorn, came back. Well, not that he came back, because this was the first time he was here. Because this is an earlier Thorn, time traveling into the past.
Oh, is the original Thorn face rather than the Harrison Wells version?
Yeah. And like Wells, Harry Wells, that is, gives this explanation on why he's even able to be there after being written out of existence. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't make... No, actually it does make... No, it doesn't make... I could work out whether or not it made sense, honestly.
I mean, in The Flash, it's fair to say that the time travel but shit does not make sense, and they don't really care about it making sense. It's just fuck you, Jonathan Crane, you piece of shit. That is some bullshit.
Like, him getting unpersoned at the end of season 1 was outright a paradox. Because he was the very person who convinced, who's being an evil douchebagginess, convinced Eddie Thorne to
kill himself
to prevent him from being born. Which, it's the classical grandfather paradox. You go back in time and you kill your grandfather. Well, now you can't be born. Well, now you can't, since you were never born, you can't go back in time and shoot your grandfather. Okay, so no one came back and shot your grandfather, which means your grandfather's okay. Oh, wait, but that means that now that your grandfather isn't dead, you can be born. What do you do? Oh, well, you go back in time and kill your grandfather, don't you? So it's like it is a paradox because it's also called a bootstrap paradox, I think. Sometimes. I
mean, I love how the solution to that is really simple, as wait until your grandfather's had your parent.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not that complicated, time traveling fucking idiots.
Yeah, so Thorne's back, and there's all the all of the Barry angst of like, I hate Thorne, I want to kill him, and they're like, no, he has to go back in time. And we also found out in that episode that Cisco's visions, vibes, that he can see into the future with them. And funnily enough, I was just taking that for granted. I was like, oh, he can see the future. He does that whole thing about the clock and like, oh, it's 9. What did the clock say? Says go, and it said 9:55. What time is it now? Wait, I can see the future, and I was like, wait,
you didn't know that?
What did you think it was? I mean, I guess he thought he was seeing what's going on right now.
Yeah.
In a different part of the world, kind of thing. But
he isn't actually seeing into the future, he's just seeing different time zones.
Yeah.
What's happening in Japan, Cisco? Well...
And then the nosebleed thing, and I thought, oh, those goggles, like, made him use his powers too hard, he's having a psychic nosebleed. No, it's just that he's getting back to the future out of reality. So they are Back to the Future him by letting Corn go. That was cool.
Oh, the skeleton Titan design is so creepy. It's very cool. It's kind of distressing in the fact that it literally shows you how the skeleton reacts to the Titan formula, though.
Oh, well, that is actually like, kind of gross now.
It literally fucking grows.
Jesus. I'm just gonna say this. That right there would be
painful.
Yeah. Let's say that.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say excruciatingly painful, but yeah, painful works. Where was I? Oh yeah, Arrow. This Arrow episode was it was more a Felicity-centric episode of overcoming feelings of being vulnerable after having been shot to shit.
Shot to shit is a way to describe it.
Yeah, I feel it's pretty accurate to feel a bit like, you know, vulnerable after you get shot loads
in the spine.
Shot loads in the spine, and now you're on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I have to commend her for getting over it in like a couple of days. But
well, you know, nothing stops the progression of the story, like progression of trauma, like a CW story needing to move on to the next plot point.
And the fact that she was
you need us as much as we need you.
The fact that she was assisted by a hallucination of herself as a goth.
Isn't that her past self?
Yeah, it's her past self. It's she used to be a goth in college and that, like in those flashbacks in like season 2 or 3, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it's framed in much the same way as like the classical I'm you but evil. you know, like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Leo starts hallucinating his doctor persona from when he was
from god, yeah.
And that there was that whole thing, or like, you know, any game or movie or whatever where the characters got something of a dark side to them, like maybe they did some demon shit.
Maybe they did some drugs in college.
Yeah, but Felicity's like, she's like bad.
Well, that's when she was hacking, you know, hacking for less altruistic reasons, wasn't it? Wasn't she hacking banks and shit?
I guess maybe, yeah, proper black hat hacking stuff, as opposed to like the more, I guess, grey hat we'd call it.
Well, I mean, hacking for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I like how these henchmen were just happy standing by a bomb. After setting it, they were like, "Oh, we got to guard it." You know, what if it? You know, what if Batman? What if Batman comes and stops it from going off? Guys, you're standing next to it. What if it?
To a bomb.
What if it goes off when Batman never arrives?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess we die then.
Yes, and Oh yeah, and Felicity finally got her own code name, Overwatch, because Oracle was taken.
Yeah.
That's topical. You're playing Batman right now.
Yeah, hang on. I love how he says that Oracle's taken, but this isn't a spoiler, but basically Oliver later says he doesn't believe in Batman. He says I am the first vigilante. And it's like, Oliver, sweetie, you can't know about Oracle and say that you're the first vigilante, mate.
Yeah.
Oracle works with the first vigilante.
Yeah.
Also, I love that the first time I heard that name, like, I didn't know that was... Wait, is Felicity an original character?
I'm pretty sure Felicity's an original character.
Yeah, so the only, like, they used that code name and all I could think of was Tracer. I was just like... I could just imagine Felicity over the comms just to piss off people, just speaking with a really shit British accent.
Closer, and this goes into the water.
Jeez, love the cavalry here.
Fill with your deepest.
Yeah, but saying Felicity stuff things.
And you will never reach your precious venom roots.
Do you remember any Felicity lines?
I remember that. I remember a couple of episodes ago before she was going to go under for some surgery, and she said she was ready to have a bunch of men inside her.
Oh god, she really does not say the worst things, did she?
Yeah. Like, at least, like, it's used sparingly. I can appreciate that. Because if it was just like once an episode she said something like that, then it'd get old.
It used to be more frequent, I feel. Like, in season 2 it was pretty consistent.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting her to join, the team all the way in season 1.
Send me the schematics.
And then that happened.
Well, isn't it after Oliver gets shot or something?
Are you sure about
Yeah,
that?
something like
Sounds
that.
like a suicide mission.
He got shot by his mum, didn't he?
I've tuned the
Yes,
scanner
that
to
was
detect
it!
the spores required to make the antivenom. It'll lead me straight to them.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that, because there's that one bit in season 2 where she's like, I know you're the Arrow. And it's like,
I'll
wait,
contact you when I'm done.
How long have you known?
apologised to him about shooting him! You never apologised about the whole shooting bit. That's not cool.
These floating platforms will support me,
Of course, she got
but they'll
killed
also
pretty
send sound waves through
soon
the water,
afterwards.
giving away
which
my position to Croc.
tends
I'll
to
need move
happen
as
with
slowly
characters
as
who
possible.
learn the secret identity of a character.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all right. It's season 4 of The Arrow. But yeah, I think right now I'm probably enjoying Arrow the least out of the 4 that I'm watching right now. Which
Season 4 is a bit of a...
it's a bit of a stinker.
It's not...
Weird.
What's happened plot-wise with the bad guy?
What, Damien Dark?
Damien Dark. Have they almost stopped him? Ah, shit!
There was that bit where they went into his house to save him from that other guy who wanted to kill his family, and then he was like, "Thanks for saving my family.
Cool.
I'll give you some. I'll give you like 4 weeks of advance warning about the
Before I
thing, so
shoot your fiancé.
your fiance." Yeah, like okay.
Oh, Christ.
These floating platforms
Which,
will support me,
was what it was.
but will also send sound waves through
He's
the
just
water,
not very
giving away my
compelling a
position to
villain.
Croc. I'll need to move
No,
as
it's a
slowly
shame
as
because he's a good actor. He's just...
I'm
I
sure
feel
he
like
is.
I believe he's in Legends of Tomorrow, actually.
Ah, he hasn't shown up yet.
Oh no, it won't be for a while. But I think apparently Apparently he's really interesting. Apparently he's quite good in that.
Have you got any plans to watch Legends of Tomorrow, or have you already?
If I ever find like a collection of it.
Yeah.
If I ever find like like the entire series, because it's all finished now.
Yeah.
So if I ever find like the full.
Yeah, I'll say this from all 2 episodes I've seen, that there's a lot of characters, so it does feel a little busy at times, but it's such light-hearted.
Yeah.
Fun.
No, I think it is. It will be good because I
can taste you already.
Yeah, and like. It's maybe it's just. Do you know anything about the Legends lineup, so to speak, of characters?
I know some basics of it. I know that it's got 2 of the Flash villains. It's got not Time Lord Rory.
Anyone else, or should I just zip it in case I spoil it?
I know it's got not Ant-Man, and it's got what the fuck? Are you serious? The quickfire does not do anything. Great, thank you, game. Christ, this game is fucking stupid at times. Why is there a quickfire option? But it does. He just throws it into a wall.
Have your batarang primed and ready for a counter-attack, for an attack from.
Also, so it's not a mistake. Right, okay. It's a design. It's a design choice. Great, thanks, game.
How on earth are you supposed to be aimed at all times? Like, if you're aiming, it does that slow shit where it's like.
Yeah, I mean, look, I do that and it goes round too much, it'll hit the wall and won't do shit.
Yes, but there's a lot of characters that were, it brings back a lot of side characters from Flash and Arrow that were side characters. That, this is just me personally, but I really liked those side characters. So, seeing them get a show for themselves where, I can see some more of them, it's always a plus in my book.
Yeah. God, I hated this as a kid. When I first did this, it was fucking terrifying. And then the first boss fight of Arkham Origins, which was the game I played immediately afterwards, was Killer Croc as well. Again. God.
The trauma. What are you scooping up there?
Spores to make an antidote for the venom.
That Titan serum.
Because how convenient that... Actually, no, I feel like it's all cause and effect.
Should I just call it there? Because it's looks like it's getting pretty late.
Yeah. Have I done that one yet? Okay. Yeah, once we've done this, it will just be Poison Ivy and then the end, I think. So, it'll probably be a good place to leave it after this. After this shit's done.
Oh, yeah, and in Flash. Yeah, there was the whole thing with Patty and she left, like...
Yeah, the actress had, like...
Really?
What?
It's a real life writing the plot scenario?
Well, basically, she got a role in something and she said, I can do both. I really like this role. But the writer was really petty and got super pissed. Oh. And was like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna write you out of the series prematurely. Wow, just because we don't like the fact that but yeah, it was a total petty thing.
You can't cheat on us.
Yeah, it was literally that. There was no...
Wow.
But I mean, to be fair, that meant that she was left as quite a cool character. And, you know, didn't get ruined down the line.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly sure I saw the show that she did as directly after As a Result. And she's bloody good in that. Although the ending of that is a bit shit as well. So.
Yeah, the Wells is
he's well.
He's well, and he betrayed. He's already betrayed the guy from Mexico by shooting a turtle man in the nose. Wasn't very cool of him.
Turtle man.
Yeah, the turtle. That character from a couple of episodes ago, where he slows people around him, and they were going to try and use him to slow down Zoom so that Barry can...
Oh, yeah. I remember that now, yeah.
And he's... Oh, what was it? Did he do anything suspicious in this episode? I don't think he did.
Don't be suspicious, don't be... Oh, fuck.
I really like Wells, though, and I really like his chemistry with the other characters, so it hurts all the more so that he insists on thinking, well, instead of trying to fight Zoom, I'll just give him exactly what he wants. I'm sure he'll release my daughter.
I mean,
and
do you know,
kill us both.
You can't really risk that, though, can you?
Yeah.
You know, she'll get killed instantly if you don't do the shit he says, so unfortunately you kind of do have to...
Yeah, so he's gonna try and steal Barry's speed. Oh yeah, and there was that other thing with Jay Garrick and the whole and Caitlin was trying to find a cure for his terminal not having speed syndrome.
Yeah. That's definitely the scientific name for it.
Oh, but of course.
Terminal not having speed.
Terminal not having speed syndrome. Yes, and yeah. I thought it was really funny that he said, "I'll have to show you because you won't believe me otherwise," or something. Or it's better if I show you. And then he just takes her to see his doppelganger, and just tells that instead of her going up to talk to his doppelganger or anything, he just sits there and says, "Anyway, that's my doppelganger, and we can't and we can't use his cells because getting the Speed Force changed mine or something." And I thought, mate, you could have just told her. Like, that did not require seeing your doppelganger. When he said that, I was thinking we were going to find a gravestone that said Jay Garrick on it. I thought, okay. So it's already dead, so he can't use his cells. Perfect.
What about Croc?
She just goes and finds him. I thought, what? Just tell her that. That wasn't that complicated, man. But other than that, and honestly, I actually assumed Jay Garrick was a bit older than I guess he is. Because when Caitlin and him started having a thing, I was like, what?
Caitlin, aren't you married like twice?
Aren't you married like twice? And isn't this dude a bit old for you? But I guess he's not as old as I thought he was.
You cannot hide from me.
Oh yeah, because she was married to the first Firestorm guy.
Yeah.
And he was played by Stephen Amell's cousin.
Oh really? That's funny.
Yeah, I think that's him. Let me double check that. Let me cite my source before I...
Oh, I think that does make sense, yeah. Have you met the new Firestorm in Flash yet?
Yeah. They don't get to be
Firestorm.
Yeah, they don't get to Firestorm much during that. But okay. One ring. Yeah, portrayed by Robbie Amell. I can't believe it. They're cousins, but they look so much alike. The cousins. They've got like the same something or other, but like if you look up Robbie Amell, he just you can tell the resemblance. Funny that.
No, it is weird.
They never mentioned. They never brought that up in. They never actually brought that up in I mean, I guess it would have. I guess it's not like they're brothers or anything, so it wouldn't have been like the best casting gag ever. But you know, sometimes they do that thing where they where they make an allusion.
You guys look similar.
Yeah, or like in Supergirl, right? So, Kara's boss, Cat Grant, is played by Harrison Ford's wife. Right? And then she says at one point, she said something at one point about how, oh god, I'd never want to go on a date with Harrison Ford, god. Which is, you know, a tongue-in-cheek reference to the fact that her actor is married to Harrison Ford. Yeah.
Her actor?
Her actress. Yeah, her actress.
No, just the term her actor, as in, like, the real person behind the, yeah, like...
How else are you supposed to say it?
The real person?
Real person, I guess, yeah.
I do love the perspective that Batman basically just turns around, looks at danger coming, and then says, oh yeah, I should probably do something about that. But doesn't actually let you, the player, you're not actually allowed to move for a while.
Ah, there's that explosive gel on the floor.
Also, he can just lift that, which means that if Croc climbed out, he could just lift that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if he ever did climb out of there. Or he might just be gone now.
Maybe so.
I don't think, oh, we see him in, Arkham... Night. Night is the next time we see him.
So, do we halt there for now?
I think let's get to the Batcave, because I think there's there's a cutscene, and that's quite a good place to leave it, especially considering last time where we lost a bit of progress, and I don't want to do the end of that Croc thing again.
Oh god. God forbid.
Stop!
Get into the Batcave.
What movie did you watch this week?
Blade Runner.
The original, or...?
Yeah, Blade Runner was...
Are you going to watch Die Hard?
Yeah, that is on the list. God, we've got so much on the list right now. We've got Taken, Blade...
Watch Die Hard before Taken, because I feel like you'd appreciate more of the Takens.
Okay.
I mean, they're nothing really alike, but I just think you've kind of got to see the classic before you see the new classic, I guess.
Oh, and the Jason Bourne movies as well. And
oh yeah,
Fight Club. There's so much that I want to watch.
Fight Club is. I watched Fight Club years ago, and then I started to rewatch it about 2 months ago or something. I couldn't do it. It's so. There's like a period of because it's based off a book.
Scan and open.
Yeah.
And like the writing in the film, and I imagine the book as well, is of that very kind of edgy, like edgy writer with something to say, but they don't actually have anything to say. They're just moaning about normal life being fucking boring. And, like, it's really masochistic, like, just self-deprecating depression is the only way I could describe the writing in it, and I just couldn't make it through. I think I got about a third, maybe a fifth of the way into my rewatch of that film, and I was like, I'm just getting fucking depressed. This film is just like, it's really good for, like, I think a first time because you'll just focus on the story, but when I was just listening to what Ed Norton was just being really depressing about, it was like, oh, Christ. I'm not having fun. I like how his little tunnels have bat ears.
Yeah, Blade Runner, the original, was it was good. I can see why it was.
Which version did you see? Because there's about 1 million different endings.
What? Really?
There's there's 6 different director's cuts or something.
Oh crap! There was one scene, I'll admit, which just felt a bit product of its time, shall we say?
Yes. Doesn't surprise me.
It's this, scare quotes, romantic scene between the protagonist and his love interest, which
is kind of a rape scene.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I mean, not even kind of, definitely is.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate.
That's how that works.
And it's just, it was really uncomfortable
yeah.
that.
I mean, we started watching Scrubs from, season 2 recently, and good God, some of that has really not aged well. I mean, I say age well like I've seen it before, but I saw odd episodes when it was originally airing because my brother and sister really liked it when they were younger. So, but I've never actually seen it properly.
Okay.
So, but Jesus Christ, Scrubs, I think episode 1 of season 2 was fairly alright, but everything since has been Jesus. I like how one side of Batman's cape is totally fine and the other side is fucked. He favours his right side in getting hit in the cape.
It's because it's a bit of a shame because the rest of the movie was, it was really good, quite thought provoking and it was it had some nice philosophical themes to it. And
but when a scene, it does really distract when something like that is in.
Yeah, but really, I really liked it. Like the cyberpunk aesthetic and the rain and how it was a noir as well as a sci-fi and I bet it's a
cult classic.
Yeah, cult classic. Set the stage for
I mean,
the rest of the ones that are trying.
Red Dwarf was. Do you know Red Dwarf?
Oh yeah, God, I watched so much Red Dwarf, and by so much I mean 3 or 4 seasons maybe.
That wouldn't exist without Blade Runner.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
It was literally so much of it was. I think it was just inspired. I think the head writer saw Blade Runner and was like, I've got an idea.
That makes sense. Yes.
I think we'll wrap up.
Yes.
I'm currently trying to get out.
Get out.
Let me out.
Oh yeah,
I've been running
Harrison
a
Ford was the
simulation of
protagonist
damage
of
Arnie's plants will
Blade
do if
Runner.
you recall them.
Yes, you are right.
It's like, why does he keep getting?
They won't get that far.
Because that's
My
what my
antidote
mum was
stopped
saying,
them
that
and
like so much of so much of it. So like, because we watched Empire Strikes Back, and there's a similar but nowhere near as bad
Oracle, we've got another problem.
version of that scene, basically, which again features Harrison
Unfortunately,
Ford
nothing that simple.
being
I'm at the main
a little bit
Why? What's he
odd
doing now?
in his behaviour towards a woman, but like it wasn't nearly as bad as you asked me.
Yeah.
It was still bad, but it wasn't like as bad as it was in Blade Runner. Where
I can see that.
where like the female needs to be convinced or something.
Oh Christ!
How was that? How did I don't get it. How did people make that and think that and like?
What have you found out?
Well, I mean, I think something that's quite revealing, perhaps would be the best term, is that I can't remember whether
But this time it's
it was in 1990 that fuck, was it? Is it? It's really bad, but I can't remember. Either domestic violence or non-consensual sex wasn't illegal within a marriage until 1990, which is a year before my brother was born. So that's, you know, kind of our lifetime.
Yeah.
Through, you know, it's like when you think about, you know, I mean, both of those are bad. Well, shit. Oh fuck. But like, when you think about the implications of how recent that is.
Yeah. That is a scary thought. And it totally puts into perspective just how quickly we're progressing, so to speak.
Well, you say that, but I mean, think about how long... Where the fuck am I supposed to be going?
Well, either way, I'm just glad we are.
Yeah, no, you're right. You are right. Ah, that's where I'm supposed to be going.
All these ruins and stuff in the...
I think, by the way, I think any time now we should, or, you know, we can end the stream. I might just keep going to get out of this bit because it's so fucking, like, traversally. I mean, I think I'm almost there. Ooh, fuck me. Like, shit like that where I accidentally just trying to look around fall off the side. Oh wait, I think... wait, I'm at the door. Have you seen the Ghost Rider movies?
Oh no, I haven't seen the Ghost Rider movies.
Oh my god, please just watch the second one. The first one is kind of taking itself seriously and isn't very fun. The second one is...
Nicolas Cage?
Oh yes! There's a bit where he transforms and he goes, "He's banging at the door!"
What?
Just imagine Nicolas Cage really kind of ridiculous, screamy, high-pitched voice, but just saying he's banging at the door, trying to hold the rider back from his transformation.
Oh my god.
And half of his face turning to skull. I think it's either on I think it might be on Netflix or Disney Plus. I'm not sure.
That's not what I heard. What are you talking about? It's the...
Okay, this will definitely be something that I start next time with.
Down there with you, making you all look like fools.
Yes. Well, thanks for watching or something.
Yes, it is literally just saved, so we're getting the fuck out of here. Okay, I've quit to the main menu and I am going to stop the stream. Do you have any final last regards, Bahadli? Oh, we are 41%. Hey, dude, I literally reversed the numbers.
Nicely done, nicely done.
From 14 to 41.
Well, that's cool and good.
That's good. Let's leave it there. Goodbye.